Bienvenidos a un nuevo programa de Agentes 305. Con la producción y conducción del locutor hípico y publicista Carlos Morales. Nuestro invitado para este programa, el jockey irlandés campeón en Inglaterra, David Egan. Agentes 305 llega a ustedes por cortesía de Bets America 007. Juega, gana y cobra seguro el mismo día y sin comisiones con la mejor plataforma de apuestas deportivas para toda Latinoamérica. Monte Sacro Farm, donde criamos campeones desde Kentucky para Estados Unidos y el mundo. Agentes 305 llega a ustedes también por cortesía de ENBC USA, publicidad de marca, materiales promocionales y eventos especiales para todas partes del mundo a través de ENBC USA, soluciones creativas que impulsan su negocio. Finalmente, les recordamos que está prohibida la reproducción total o parcial de este programa sin el consentimiento de sus productores.
Walking around the car park, this is the only place we're allowed to go for 15 minutes a day. Just walk around. It's a bit like prison.
I can tell. Well, and you're very close to the Heathrow airport, right?
Heathrow Airport is just behind that building is the runway.
My goodness.
So it's all quarantine there, yeah. No, if you in the distance, just here you can see the airplanes. Just here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Well, I don't know if you want to spend your 15 minutes just...
No. I'm happy talking. I'm happy talking with you. No problem. It's nice to talk to someone while I'm outside.
Thank you very much. Well, so basically, here in Agentes 305, what we do is talk about a little bit about all the different professionals for horse racing, and you are one of the top right now with so many wins, and obviously with Mishriff in the top of the world, if you can say it that way.
Yes.
But first of all, you're son of John Egan. He has won more than 2,000 victories. He's still active with 52 years old. He wants to beat Lester Peacock record. What it feels for you to be his son?
Yeah, look, it's very special. My father's done put in a lot of hard work into me and put me with the right connections and the right people that were willing to help me with my career. And look, it's nice to be able to race against him every week while he's still riding. So I think he'll be riding for the near future, hopefully. So hopefully I'll get a few more years riding against him.
When you were just a kid, did you have that you want to be a jockey already?
Yeah, from a young age. A lot of my family is involved in racing. Not only my father, my mother used to be a steeplechase trainer, and my uncle's also a jockey. My grandfather was a trainer. So my family is kind of steeped in horse racing. So it was hard for me to do anything else. So obviously growing up, every son wants to be like their father. So he was my role model and my hero, and I'm just happy to try and do the same job as he does every day.
Any advice that you remember that gave you like for to be a jockey?
Yeah, he told me to listen to any advice you get given by anyone, but don't listen to just one person. Take little bits of each different person and mold yourself to be unique. That was one thing. And they always told me that you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen twice as much as you talk. So
I like that one.
That's also another one he gave me. So no, he's a very good coach and very good father.
That's really great. And you're blessed that you have actually the chance not just to be doing what you admire, but also even competing against him.
Yeah, look, it's very special. Obviously, I don't know many people at the moment, father and son, riding together against each other every week. I'm sure it is somewhere around the world, but in the UK. I'm not sure if it's happening, but no, look, it's a unique thing, and hopefully it'll happen for many more years to come.
Hopefully it will, for sure. What do you remember of your apprentice time? How did you get in the academy and everything?
So I grew up in Ireland and I moved over to the UK and went to the British Racing School. I spent about 1 month in there, and after my 1 month, I got put with a trainer called Roger Varian in Newmarket, and I've been based with him ever since. He's been a big role in my career. He's a big trainer who trains for a lot of Arabian owners and some of the biggest owners in the world. So when I was an apprentice, it was hard for him to use me. But when I lost my bug, as you can say, and became a professional, that's when he was able to help me reach the next level. So look, I've ridden a lot of big winners for him, and I'm still a big part of the team there, and hopefully we've got many more years of success to come.
That's great. What do you remember of your first victory? That was on July 4th of 2016 with in Windsor with Etienne Gerard.
Yeah, look, fantastic day. My father and my brother were both there while I was walking into the parade ring. So no, that was a special day. I think if you talk to any jockey, it's okay. The big wins are great, but the first win is special.
No doubt about it. So far, you have 322 wins, victories, and 10 great stakes. And you have ride in so many countries. You have been not just in UK, but also in Bahrain, in Saudi, in Dubai. What's your take on that experience?
Look, as my father said about advice of people, he said the more countries you can go and take bits and pieces of the different jockeys riding in all the different countries, because in no place does anyone ride the same. So look, I'm fortunate to be able to get the chance to go to all these countries in Australia, America, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, India, France. I'm in a lucky position, but hopefully I'll have more chances to travel to more countries and slowly get better.
Now that you mentioned India, it is my understanding that your actual first group win was with an Indian horse, Gift of Grace.
Yeah, Gift of Grace. That won the 1,000 guineas. She was a filly, trained by Parvati Baramji. So that's it was my first Group 1, but in India, it's a Group 1 in India, but it's not classed as an international Group 1. But obviously, any jockey's first Group 1, no matter where it is special. And India is a great place. It's a country which only allows local bred horses to run, so it's unique in that way. So there's a lot of international influence from the stallions coming over from the UK and Ireland, and brood mares going over. So all the horses bred over there are starting to get slowly better, and the racing there is quite good as well.
What do you think about John Gosden? How do you get to his stable to be able to ride all the horses that he has?
Look, it's fantastic. Mr. Gosden is probably one of, or if not the most respected person in racing, not even just a trainer. So to be have a small partnership with him and his son David Egan, it's a real privilege for myself, because he's got the best horses here in the UK. He's got fantastic Group 1 horses throughout his stable, and them horses compete all around the world. And look, I was happy to get on Mishriff, and you never know, we might have some more success in the future together.
How do you land it to be a rider for Mishriff?
So I'm a retained jockey to his owner, Prince Faisal of Saudi Arabia. So I rode him a couple of winners last year, and he gave me the opportunity to be first choice to his horses for last season and this season. So that's how the partnership came about. I rode for Mr. Gosden on a couple of occasions and won a stakes race for him for another owner last year. So no, I've got a good connection with the Gosden team and Prince Faisal. So look, I'm very lucky to come across like a horse like Mishriff. He's a fantastic horse, and he's an honor to ride.
he's a tough horse, no doubt about it. We're talking about a horse that he fly from UK to Saudi, win, get back to UK, and then he was shipped again to Dubai to win again. But let's talk about the Saudi Cup. I was there. I was one of the many witnesses of which such a great race you won that day. What do you? How do you prepare mentally towards the Saudi Cup of this year?
Yeah, look, it was fantastic. The Saudi Cup obviously is on dirt, which the UK horses we're not used to. We don't have dirt track in the UK. We have tapeta and poly track, but dirt is something the English horses aren't really used to. But he went to the Saudi Cup meeting the year before, and he ran in the Saudi Derby, which he finished second, which was a good run. And I think that experience on the dirt track really helped him. Look, he jumped very well and travelled strongly behind the two American horses, Charlatan and Nick's Go. It was a tough battle, and he really had to dig deep. But Mishriff, he's got a huge heart, and he tries really hard. And for not just a top class horse, but for any horse, as long as they try 110%, you can't ask any more. And just lucky, Mishriff has got a lot of ability with that willpower.
It was Charlatan your biggest concern in that race?
Yeah, going into the race, I thought he would be the one to beat. Obviously, the legend Mike Smith was aboard, and he knows how to win all these big races. So, yeah, obviously it was big pressure taking on the arguably the best horse in America with the best jockey in America. So it was a big deal, along with Nick's Go, obviously, Joel Rosario. It was a hard opposition, but thankfully we got out on top.
And it was an amazing win. Everybody was like very happy. I had the opportunity, as I mentioned before, to be there, and the happiness that you irradiated and everybody around Prince Faisal, it was worth. And it was. I feel lucky that to be a presential witness of the greatness of Mishriff and your great ride.
Yeah, look, it was fantastic, especially the Saudi Arabian people. They're very proud people. And although Prince Faisal is the owner of Mishriff, it was like I made millions of Saudi Arabians happy because it was their horse that won their race. All the international people came over and tried to take the prize, but we were able to keep it in Saudi Arabia, which was an honor for me to get the job done.
And moving forward for the Dubai Sheema Classic, that was a very tough race. Actually, for I would say like with all the handicappers, this was the biggest race in terms of how well the previous campaign were. Like the Japanese horses, Chronogenesis and Love Only You, and you were actually running last all the way to the last 600 meters.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this race.
Yeah, obviously Mishriff, he was taking on the distance, which he never took on before. It was a mile and a half, and the furthest he's gone was a mile and a quarter and an extra 16. So the distance was an unknown. Back to turf, we had a wide draw being drawn 10 of 10, and the mile and a half there at Maidan, it goes straight into the turn. So obviously we couldn't risk going too wide. So the plan was to stay out the back and get him relaxed and in a rhythm, and then kind of make one challenge on the outside once we turned into the home straight. And look, it was a tough battle again. The two Japanese fillies on my inside were very tough to pass. I'd nearly say it was nearly a harder battle for him there than even in the Saudi Cup. So no, it was fantastic to get the job done there, and it was great for Mishriff because a lot of people were doubting him because they said maybe it was the wrong decision to run in the turf race, and people said he should have run in the World Cup, but no, Mishriff deserved it. He's a real champion and should have an exciting season.
Yeah, actually, after the race, he was just like a cool guy, just waiting to take the picture.
Yeah, he knows where the camera is for sure. I saw a couple of pictures on the social media. He knows exactly the photographers when they're taking the pictures. So no, he's a great horse, and no, he's got an exciting future. His year's not over yet; it's only beginning. So hopefully, there's more success to come his way.
Have you been told which are the next plans for Mishriff?
Yeah, well, with a horse like Mishriff now, who can run over a mile and a quarter and a mile and a half on turf or on dirt, there's a lot of options for him. So we'll wait and see. He got back there this week, back to Newmarket, and he'll obviously take a break now. He's had 2 hard races. Probably give him a bit of time off, and then slowly bring him back for kind of midsummer time. I'm sure end of May, early June, maybe Royal Ascot. You wouldn't know. There's lots of big races in UK and in Europe this summer, and maybe even the Arc de Triomphe at the end of the year might be the end goal, or even going across the pond over to the Breeders' Cup. You never know. There's so many options, and Mr. Gosling knows what he's doing, so we'll leave that up to him.
No doubt about it that he knows what he's doing, definitely. He actually won back-to-back races that night in Dubai.
Yes.
The one with Lord North, and then the one with you and Mishriff.
Yeah, no, he's a fantastic trainer, and an honor to be a small part of his team.
And what's the plans and the future for David Egan?
So my future, obviously, very looking forward to riding Mishriff this summer, but I've got a lot of other owners and trainers that are willing to support me this summer in the UK. So I'm hoping for an exciting season with a lot of success, and who knows? This Mishriff has really put me on to the next level, riding in all the big races. And look, because of Mishriff, I had 5 rides on World Cup night. I think if I didn't have the horse of Mishriff, I wouldn't have had that chance, you know. So once you have a horse like him, other trainers and other owners want to use you as well, because you're riding the winners of the big races. So with riding Mishriff, we'll bring hopefully more big winners in big races, you know.
When you cross the finish line first in the Saudi and then in the Dubai Sheema Classic,
yeah.
What was your feeling? What's the first thing that crossed your mind?
So for the Saudi Cup, it was very emotional. I got very excited after the winning post, as you can see, with my celebrations, and look, that was fantastic. But I think more the Sheema Classic was more. I felt more professional. I felt like I was going out there to do a job and get the job done. I passed the winning line, and it was more relief than excitement. So I was just glad to be able to do my job and ride the horse correctly to give him every chance to win, and Mishriff did the rest.
You're very young. You're 21 years old. So you have a long career ahead, and we look forward to see you not just in Europe and in Middle East, but also here in America, winning, why not, a Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, hopefully. Look, I've ridden one winner in America. I was with a Panamanian guy, Jose Corrales, who trains at Laurel Park.
Con más de 30 años de experiencia y ubicados en el corazón de Kentucky, Monte Sacro Farm ofrece servicios completos en reproducción y cría de caballos puras sangres de carrera, asimismo asesoramiento para la compra y venta de puras sangres. Liderizado por el Dr. Oscar Benavides y este año incorporándose al Dr. Milton López Benavides, Monte Sacro Farm ha sido la cuna de grandes campeones, como las múltiples ganadoras de grado clásica y millonarias, Winsharp, Seattle Smooth.
Seattle Smooth was bred in Kentucky by Dr. Oscar Benavides and Darling.
Así como Spun to Run, ganador de la Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile 2019. Tonalist Shape, Whole Body Master, Money's Son Charlotte, Miss Can Be Wrong, Letrusca, Maybe Wicked, entre muchos. Instalaciones de primera, disponibles para temporada de monta, nacimientos y cría, así como para adquirir campeones donde nacen los campeones. Contáctanos. Monte Sacro Farm, desde Kentucky, brindando experiencia y pasión de calidad para su pura sangre.
David, we were talking about your future, moving forward after the Dubai Sheema Classic, and you were mentioning that you were actually maybe like you gave it a try already in America with the Breeders' Cup and everything, and what the future looks like for you.
Yeah, look, my future. Hopefully, I'll have a successful season in the UK. That's where my head is concentrating at the moment. But look, you never know what the future may hold. There's lots of countries that I love to travel to that I haven't been to before, and even other countries that I have been to that I could go back and ride there. So no, I'm in a lucky position that can ride in so many different countries for so many great people. So look, if we get a chance, we'll take the opportunity with both arms.
You have mentioned it. You have been in so many countries. You have been in so many race courses. Which one it will be your favorite one so far?
So my favorite race course of all time that I've been to has to be at Ascot. Ascot is very special to me. It's a fantastic race course, fantastic horses racing there, and it's a very, very special place to go to when you're walking out onto the track, through the tunnel, and when you get out to the racetrack with all the fans in the stadium, it's a magical place.
You mentioned the fans. With all the COVID situation, the fans have been something that it had been out of the equation so far.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Look, the horses can definitely feel it. It's different. There's no atmosphere. I know when you were in Saudi, we had some fans, which was nice because it's not something we've been used to all year. So to have even just 2,000 or 3,000 people there, it was nice to get a bit more atmosphere back. But the jockeys miss it, and the horses miss it when you're walking out into the track and the horses can hear the fans. It gets their blood pumping. And look, hopefully in the near future, when the COVID situation relaxes, everyone can get back to what they do best and come in and enjoys the day racing.
Yeah, we all count on that in the near future to have. There's so many racetracks that actually, at least here in the States, have been opening for a little bit for the fans. Actually, Santa Park have been opening for the Kentucky Derby this year. There's going to be a little bit of room for to have fans over the racetrack. Do you have any plan to come here to the Kentucky Derby or anything prior to the Breeders' Cup?
Obviously, I'll be pretty busy now in the UK, but look, you never know if an opportunity might come about. We'll see if we can do it. But with the quarantine, I'm sure it's going to be very difficult for jockeys and people to travel. But no, you never know. The COVID situation in the next couple of months will hopefully get better, and you never know what might happen.
That is correct. So, so far for you, who will be the toughest jockey to beat in a finish line?
When he's at his best, inside the final furlong, I think Frankie Dettori is a fantastic jockey, so well balanced. He's very hard to pass, and when he's coming to challenge you, you need to put everything into it because he's just a gifted jockey, and he's shown it for many years. But look, there's many good jockeys that are also tough. It's the UK at the moment. It's a good place to be. It's competitive. There's a lot of good jockeys. So when you're racing against the best, you become the best. So it all helps.
That is correct. So I'm gonna mention 5 different names of jockeys, and just tell me what it came the first thing in your mind. Let's begin with
one word, or just what I think.
It could be one word. It could be one idea. The first thing that pop up your mind. Let's begin with Mike Smith.
Big money, Mike. All the big races, he wins them all.
Holly Doyle.
Holly Doyle. I like the Pocket Rocket. She's very small, but very, very strong in a finish.
Frankie Dettori.
Balance. He's very well balanced rider.
Jerry Bailey?
Jerry Bailey, he's just wow. He's unbelievable.
And John Egan.
John Egan, the best.
That's simple.
Simple, one word.
What do you do in your free time? I assume you have free time so far from taking outside of the quarantine, like in your regular day. What do you do for hobby or anything else besides horse racing?
Yeah, but it's pretty difficult to have hobbies as a jockey in the UK because we travel around the country every day racing. So look, it's difficult, but I play a lot of golf. I'm a handy golf player, always room to get better, but no, I really enjoy my golf. I play a lot of tennis, squash. I enjoy doing sports to keep my fitness up, and it helps with my weight, and it's nice to spend time with friends who enjoy similar hobbies, not just in horse racing. When you're out in the golf course, it's nice to get away from racing a bit and let your mind relax and get away from racing.
That's great. I know that you mentioned that you speak a little bit of Spanish, but I don't know if you feel like, okay, give it a try. You want to say something in Spanish to our audience?
When I was at Laurel Park, a lot of the South American guys down there obviously speak Spanish a lot, the grooms and the riders and the jockeys. So I learned little bits of words here and there. One word I used to say a lot of every time we used to go for food, we always used to say mucho comida. Mucho comida. So that's what I'll leave you with.
So you like to eat a lot?
I like to eat. Food's fantastic. Obviously, as jockeys, we can't eat too much, but when we get the chance, maybe on the off season or after we've done light, it's nice to treat ourselves.
Definitely. So you know that here in Agentes 305, Agents 305, we do ask our audience if they want to ask anything to our different.
Sure.
Yeah. So I have a few questions that I'm gonna mention to you. First one, it came from Edgar Salazar, and he says, what was the big factor for Mishriff in both races, Saudi Arabia and Maiden? Does he have any plans to come back home? Also, which race course is your favorite in Ireland?
Yeah, so Mishriff, the factors with Mishriff is because he's got such a big heart, and his ability to be able to run on dirt and on turf is also a huge versatile thing that not many horses, even around the world, are able to race at the top level on dirt surfaces. Obviously he's back in Newmarket now, and he'll have a rest for a couple of weeks, I'm sure, and then he'll come back and have his season in the UK, and maybe even the Breeders' Cup could be a possibility, or the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. So it's an exciting time for Mishriff's team,
and for you as well,
of course.
And Edgar also asked, which is the race course which is your favorite in Ireland?
In Ireland, my favorite race course would have to be the Curragh, because I grew up only I probably live less than 1 mile from the 5 furlong pole. So growing up, I'm very close, only a stone's throw away. So I've never ridden a winner in Ireland. So if I could break my maiden in the Curragh, that would be a special moment.
I don't doubt it. Hopefully you will.
Yeah.
Lisandro asked, good afternoon, David. What's been the best horse that you have ridden, which I will assume if it is Mishriff, or just ask, you can answer.
Yeah, look, obviously Mishriff is very special. He's the most highest rated horse I've ever ridden, and probably is the best horse I've ever sat on, even in the mornings, you know. Another horse that maybe a bit more exciting than Mishriff, because everyone was probably guessing that I'd pick him. A filly called Daya. she won in Royal Ascot as a 2-year-old. She's probably one of the best 2-year-olds I've ever ridden.
Okay. And there's a couple of fans that ask something which, besides Lisandro, it's Williams Anthony ask you the same. Have you given a thought about maybe going to the States to do a regular campaign?
Yeah, obviously I've been to Laurel Park for two winter seasons. My first season, I just went there for track work in the morning, learning the times and the clock and everything like that, and get experience on the dirt track, which I never had experience with before. And then I went back to Jose Corrales there in Laurel Park the year after, and I had one winner there on a horse called Bobby G in a 5,000 starter. So look, that was a great day. But no, you never know. I've got my visa for America, which not many people do. I got that 2 years ago. So the option is there. So if I get the right opportunity, I'll definitely give it a go. The prize money and the racing in America is so much respected around the world. So no, all the experience I can get, the better it'll make me as a rider.
Perfect. Williams Anthony also asked you, like, who do you think is your favorite jockey worldwide?
Worldwide, as I said before, I like to take little bits off lots of different riders. Obviously, Frankie Dettori being here in the UK would be a big one. Ryan Moore, James Doyle, William Buick, them sort of jockeys. From Australian jockeys, you'd say Hugh Bowman, James McDonald, Damien Oliver. And then in America, I respect a lot of jockeys over there, from Joel Rosario, the Ortiz brothers, Luis Saez, which I respect a lot. I think he's a fantastic rider. Someone who was good to me in Laurel Park, Trevor McCarthy. I think he's a fantastic rider. He's quite a tall jockey like myself, so he has to get down as low as he can to fit in with all the small South American guys. But no, it's, as I said, if I can take a little bit off all the jockeys, I can make myself into be the best I can.
Perfect. Last but not least, the last question. It came from a former professional jockey, Jose Leonardo Valenzuela, and he asked, how do you manage the pressure of riding for a stable like John Gosden and more for Prince Faisal in Europe? How do you feel and how do you manage that pressure that you have and what involved around this?
Yeah, obviously there's big pressure riding a top class horse like Mishriff in these big Group 1 races, the biggest races around the world. Just riding a horse with his ability fills you with confidence. So instead of being nervous to ride him, I know how good he is and I know what he's got. But riding for John Gosden, Mr. Gosden, he makes it so easy. He kind of gives you the reins and let you ride the horse. Obviously, he tells you what he thinks would be best and how the horse is, but he gives you the reins. When he gives you the leg up, he says you go, and he said he's done his job and you go and do yours. So look, it's I'm in a lucky spot riding for such a great trainer.
Perfect. One last question before letting you go. What it means for you horse racing?
Horse racing's my life. It's been a huge importance to all my family. If racing wasn't there, a lot of my family wouldn't have a job. So it's all our life, and hopefully it can be part of my life for the rest of my days.
Agentes 305 llega a todos ustedes por una cortesía de Bets America 007, la principal plataforma de apuestas deportivas en línea para toda Latinoamérica, con el casino online disponible las 24 horas, 7 días a la semana, así como tu disciplina deportiva favorita, la NBA, las grandes ligas. El fútbol, no solo el fútbol americano, sino también el fútbol de las grandes ligas europeas. Y para nosotros, los amantes del hipismo, una gran variedad de opciones, ganadores, exóticas Macquarie y por supuesto la polla hípica que está dando la hora en cuanto a jugadas hípicas se refiere. Bets América 007, comunícate con ellos con estos números que están en pantalla o conéctate ya a www.betsamerica007.com y empieza a ser parte ya de la gran familia Bets América 007 porque con nosotros juega, gana y cobra seguro.
That's good. Any message that you want to share with all the South America, but also the U.S. Hispanics and all the Latin Hispanics that love horse racing, because we just not love it, we are passionate about it.
Yeah, it's your life as it is my life, and hopefully we can see all you guys and fans at the racetrack someday, whether it be in the UK and Europe or in South America or in the US. So hopefully we can see you all on the racetrack someday.
Why not? We will. Hopefully we will, with the vaccination and everything.
Yeah.
Moving forward, let's keep our finger crossed that by the second semester of the year we should see those fans visiting all the different race courses.
Please God, yeah.
Yeah. Well, David, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for spending this quarantine with us.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to spend some time talking about racing while I've not much else to do. I've done my fitness for the day, so it's nice to relax and talk about racing with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thank you, everybody, for connecting with Agente 305. We will continue with more after this. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Gracias, David.
Gracias.